A builder is a person who constructs something by putting parts or material together. To build is to do the work of a builder, constructing whole systems to little appliances to exquisite buildings. To build is also to make or become stronger. This is a story on building. It is the story of NEWIG building women. All over the world, women are picking up tools that used to be considered as the man's domain and are putting together the materials of modern living. Here in Ghana, West Africa, one main body that is enabling this is the Network of Women in Growth, or simply NEWIG, an organization that empowers mainly young women like Letitia.
My name is Jurasa Letitia. I'm 20 years of age, and I'm a NEWIG woman in building construction. I'm in the field of electricals. My dad found out about the NEWIG Young Women in Building Construction, and he told me about it. So we discussed it, and I realized that I'd had an interest in it. I chose electricals because I could see I had some few talents, and my interest was in it. That was the main reason why I entered this program, and that's why I'm here.
Network of Women in Growth, NEWIG, was founded in the year 2002 as an organization that would be very much interested in skills building.
Mrs. Mausi Nudeko Awiti is the founder of the Network of Women in Growth. She is a mother by nature, a social entrepreneur by calling, and a builder at heart.
So we realized that the building construction industry is really booming in this country. Even in rural areas, people are putting up good buildings. Individuals want to own their own houses, and that gives room for the workforce to expand. And since there's no law in this country that bars women from engaging in any trade area, we're funding from our main foreign donor partner, Empower Foundation. We introduced the first young women in building construction project.
Before the girls were enrolled in the technical school, they were camped at the Women Empowerment Center of NEWIG in Tefle for 2 weeks. Within that period, we donated some items to a nursery school to also give back to the community where we operate and to teach the children a little bit of personal hygiene.
Papa is a kind of fruit. Midi. Papa is a kind of fruit. Sweet like sugar, yellow like Fanta. Everybody likes Papa.
Rosaline is the project officer for the Young Women in Building Construction. She pushes the women to grow out of their comfort zone.
The goal we are all talking about. Erica! Good, Elizabeth, thank you. Coming from a background where I train people in entrepreneurship skills, I mentor my trainees and make sure they come out as the best. They went through soft skills training comprised of employability skills, customer care, time management, how to build a successful career, and human rights, as well as the sustainable development goals.
So I want to ask each one of you, what is your goal? When will you say, I have achieved this and I'm successful?
Please, at the age of 30, I want to be heard all over the world as a best female electrician, and then I want to establish my own company and be able to empower ladies to also become something great.
Good.
Maulawe Anato Dumelo is the executive director. She is in charge of the programs NEWIG implements.
We partnered with the Dansomai New Century Career Training Institute
to give the ladies the requisite skills in the disciplines that we are training the girls in. We've moved into building and construction because it's a booming sector at the moment, but we realize that women are not in that space. Women that find themselves in that space are not really doing the technical aspect. So we thought, why not train women to actually be able to do the technical works that take place in that sector? So we are training women in electricals, draftsmanship, well, manship because they used to be men, so we call it draftwomanship anyways, and plumbing as well. We want to give the women these skills so that they are in those sectors earning more money and being able to rub shoulders with their male counterparts.
Why is it that this your spirit of
Yeah, we are having this one is it's just a style that I just prefer to buy them.
Okay, I see.
These 15 young women are given training which would enable them write the NVTI Certificate 1 examinations, which can make them progress to either a polytechnic or a technical university. That's if they want to continue their education, which we always encourage them to.
It's very important to the organization that we provide quality education because we look at fulfilling and attaining the sustainable development goals. So it's important we partner with people who can give them the skills that they need because we want them to get requisite skills, recognized certificates that they can stand anywhere and boast of. And we want them to have quality education. It's very important to the organization because it's our image, it's our brand. We believe in quality education. So if we believe in it, then we must give it. Madame Adjoa Bame is the chairwoman of the NEWIG board. She steers her peers to provide strategic direction for the organization.
What NEWIG tries to do is to disabuse people's minds of this is a man's job, this is a woman's job. Like, we have women who are drivers, but how many of them are professional drivers? So NEWIG has a program that responds to that. So there are women who want to be professional drivers. NEWIG has provided training for these women, and for some cases has actually gone ahead and placed them, in jobs with people that they are working for.
Apart from the women that we support through the trainings that we do, we also support young children. We do this by training them in cultural education. So we are looking at preserving the culture of the community the children find themselves in. We have an outreach program where we teach the young girls how to bead necklaces. So we are not just involved with helping women from marginalized and rural communities, but we are also looking at making a positive impact in the life of young people, that's the children and the youth.
We realize that a lot of women remain in abusive relationships because they are economically dependent on the perpetrators. So it's difficult. Sometimes people ask, why isn't a woman moving out when she's being abused? It's because she doesn't have the economic power to move out. That's what NEWIG is about, empowering women, especially providing economic empowerment.
Of NEWIG have come from very diverse backgrounds from all over the country. Some of them have survived difficult circumstances and are using their opportunity at NEWIG to build better livelihoods. One of these is Dorcas.
I was working with one of the companies and later when I got pregnant, so after that I was staying in the house doing nothing. Now I have a son. And at first, I don't have anything to do, so I was just staying with him. So if he asks me of something, because I don't have money, maybe I was shouting on him. Now, from here, I'm going to have something to do. So I know that I can do what is best for my son, so that he will be happy with me.
Lucky for Dorcas, there are a few other women flourishing in the family woman/builder role to look up to. Auntie Anyoko is a successful contractor whom Madame Awiti enlisted to mentor the women today.
As a female contractor, you don't sleep a lot. And I also have a supporting husband who has been helping me to execute my work. And I have 4 girls, 1 boy, the last one. And I'm sure if the boy hadn't come, I would have continued again.
Please, I want to know what motivated you most to go into the male-dominated field.
I have a cousin who used to build. Then I go there and watch. They give him idea. And he realized that no, me cry. I was doing well. I said, why don't I register a company and start something? So that is how I did not learn like the way you people are learning. I learned by reading. The building industry is good, especially being a woman. The challenges sometimes we face is that because the person has not yet seen your work, it is difficult for him to give it to a woman for the start. So what we do is that by doing 2 or 3 projects and they get to know the kind of work that you can execute, then they start to bring you more jobs to do.
Elizabeth is one of the young women who is super proud to be pursuing draftsmanship, or as NEWIG likes to call it, draftswomanship.
I've always wanted to do something that, yes, it's only me in that field. Everybody is doing tailoring, hairdressing. We all know that is what women do most, or catering. I've always wanted to do something exceptional. I thought this was a nice opportunity for me to visualize that dream.
When I started, if I had this opportunity, I'm sure I would have been better off, because in my time we never had this exposure. Plenty women that you get into contact with doing different jobs. Maybe in a lot you'll be the single one there, so there's no any motivation. Therefore, if you are not strong enough, you will not be able to continue. We have a great future, because seeing the kind of thing that they've been taught and the kind of questions that they even ask, I believe we should try and find more people to come and sponsor so that a lot of women can get into this field. You check maybe foundation, how much will it cost?
The practical experience we had this morning with Madam Francisca Ayoko, it has also inspired me more, because a woman being in this field and the challenge, though she's having challenges, but she has been able to push through to this height. This has taught me that yes, I can do it. I should be a go-getter. I should go in for it. Because you are also a female, you have edge over the men. There are places that men will go. When women will get there, the door is open.
The reality, though, is that there are still very few women in leading roles. Globally, women account for 24%, less than a quarter of senior roles. One of the reasons may be due to the fact that some women still struggle convincing loved ones to allow them to pursue their dreams. Letitia was one of those who didn't have it easy from the beginning.
My dad was actually in support of it, but my mom, on the other hand, wasn't, because she thought electricals was a field for men. Then she also suggested I should go rather into nursing, which is simple, like for a lady to be. But I told her about some of the advantages of doing electricals, and I showed her some of the things that I could do and the benefits I'll get after doing them.
While NEWIG is providing all this training, is also educating the communities in which these women grow up to support the empowerment of these women. So don't say your daughter cannot do construction, cannot do training in construction because it's a man's job. No, let your daughter decide if she wants to go into construction, allow her.
It is graduation day, Every single one of the young women in building construction made it.
We are encouraging more women, especially no woman must say that I'm vulnerable, I'm marginalized. It's the state of mind. Let's walk out of that space and put on a coat of empowerment, because you would empower yourself.
I find myself in the right place because NEWIG seeks to train young women and provide them with technical training so that they challenge the status quo and operate in male-dominated spaces.
The path to this day has not been an easy one, but it has been worth every struggle and every challenge.
We believe that when they are done, they will serve as change agents in their communities. We want to debunk the theory of this is just a men's only game. We want it to be everybody's game.
If you come across an organization like NEWIG that is impacting lives, I think that this is the best place to put your money. Because you see that one woman who has benefited from a NEWIG intervention is also impacting others.
So the first graduate to come up to receive a certificate and a box of tools, a startup kit box, shall we call on Akaba Belinda of the General Electric Department.
Apart from the lessons they have learned and the tools they have earned, these women are going out with a new confidence, a new hope, and even a lesson or two for you.
After the program, we are going to work at the district assembly, and after that, the youth in my community, those who have been completing SHS and JHS and they don't have anything to do, if the person is willing to do the work, I will teach her from my free will.
To my other ladies and to my other colleagues, we all view electricals, draftsmanship, plumbing, all those fields which men mostly dominate to be fields for men, but that isn't the real thing. So just look into yourself, see what you can do and go for it, because even the sky is not our limit.
NEWIG! Power to the woman! NEWIG! Power to the woman! NEWIG! Development